Greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Jumping in here and getting your rune for the energetic past, we have Algies. Algies is the elk rune. Now, the elk rune is like that wonderful, majestic beast planting its hoof directly in the tundra, and that's that line going straight down. Very grounded energy. And the antlers reaching up to the heavens, that divine connection and the divine protection. That's your antlers, right? Embodying that elk energy. So this could be like a defensive posture calling in protection. This is a very protective sigil and a very protective rune. I like to call this a rune of faith, like being firm in your faith, or maybe even being a defense kind of posture in your faith. Take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. But I think maybe it could be just thinking about aspects of what faith is to you. Maybe blind faith versus a more natural feeling of faith. I don't know. Just take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. But Algies is a beautiful rune to have, and it's a very powerful rune. It's one of my favorites. But in your energetic past here, I think this could be just like more of a defensive posture, just maybe your faith being tested, your resolve, your willpower, your determination to keep going on your divinely guided path, right? Now, and the energetic now position is now these. It sounds like now this. You're going down your path, and now this log is blocking your path. So now you have to address this log fully, right? You can transmute that back into Algies. You can bend that and make that into more faith for you. But this is indicative of like a need, a constraint, a limitation, something that comes up along your path. You start off grounded, right? You're on your divinely guided path, but like a tree falls across your path in front of you before you can reach your goal of, your divine connection here. You have a constraint, a limitation, a need. This could be even just balancing out wants versus needs, limitations versus fears, things that are perceived limitations, aspects like that. Okay, so take what resonates here, Taurus, leave what doesn't. But in the energetic near future here is a beautiful rune of Fehu. Now, Fehu is the rune of cattle. It literally means abundance. It's more of like that tangible kind of, perhaps, abundance, but I think more or less you are blessed with the healthier aspects of abundance here, whatever that is for you. An abundance of love, an abundance in success, materials, or abundance of faith, abundance of love. Take what resonates here, Taurus, leave what doesn't. But cattle, Fehu, the more cattle you had back in the day, the more wealthy you were. So Fehu is in your energetic near future, and the message here is as we go down our divinely guided path, we can be distracted from all the additional responsibilities and temptations and things like that as we accrue more wealth, like as you get more cattle, you're going to have more responsibilities, right? You're going to want more pasture, more feed, more security. You have more decisions on what to do with the abundance that you do have. You might even be blessed with surplus and be, distracted off your divinely guided path. You can be way over here and think, oh, okay, well, now I'm way over in this part of my divinely guided path, and you're looking back like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. That happens to everyone. And it's all a part of what path do you want to take for your divine connection. Some paths take a little longer, right? Some paths are more direct. Now, if you stay in your divinely guided path, you're abundant. You're still blessed with the abundance here, but that's just the little bit of a message and the warning there with Fehu. What's in your energetic influence of right now? Your influence is in your dedication. This is the god Tyr's rune, Tiwaz. This is showing up for yourself, showing up for others. This is the upward arrow of victory. This is that vector of victory, the trajectory, the path that you're going on, right? Your divinely guided path. You're showing up for yourself. You're sticking up for that sense of justice, kind of like a Libra-ish kind of energy with the scales of justice. Being careful not to maybe misstep or be a martyr in whatever this situation is here for you, right? But being dedicated enough to show up, like sticking to your faith, right? And adapting that into your practice. And look what's around the corner here for you.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice, and I just want to interrupt really quickly to thank you for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. And even if this message does not resonate specifically with you, it may resonate for somebody else. So please go ahead and share that with them if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much. Namaste, and let's get right back into your divinely guided rune reading.
You got that abundance. So what's in your advice for what to do for now, Taurus? What is in your advice for today, for this week? Othala. Othala is a very stable energy. Remember when the lines go out like this in the X kind of formation, that's very stable energy, and that's where you're building your structure off of this very stable structure here. Okay, so this is like your foundations, your legacy. What are you leaving behind for future generations? Is it healthy, right? Is it going to last 1 or 2 generations and be transitory? Is it going to be perpetual and last 7 or more generations in a healthy way? Are you leaving behind like money or land that you're lucky it'll last? Or are you leaving behind something healthy, like a really good paradigm shift, or a really good mental health practice or spiritual practice or something like that? Like pay it forward even. So this is examining what you are leaving behind, your legacy, right? And I think you're working towards your legacy in abundance here. Some people literally tie in Othala and Fehu together as more like wills and deeds and inheritances, things like that. So this could be a familial matter here that you're working with as well, and need constraint limitation. Like, so say if you're making a will, right? You're going to want to have it looked over. That's a need, right? You're going to have to want to make sure that everything's taken care of. That's just an example. In your energetic outcome here is Ingwaz, the god Ing's rune. This is the rune of fertility. This is successfully planting the seed into fertile soil. So you are building your legacy here. So this is very balanced divine masculine energy. Remember that very stable kind of energy here. This is super stable on all sides. Irreversible rune. So this is like divine masculine healing of the ego, healing that sense of self-worth, coming from that place of knowing rather than guessing, responding rather than reacting, like taking control of the situation, taking a breath before you respond, right? Just healthy practices that you're working on, balancing and building your foundation's legacy, or maybe you're expanding your foundations even. But this is going to lead to a bunch of divine masculine and fertile soil, fertile territory for you to plant your seed for that abundance that I see around the corner here in your future. So just keep on working in a healthy way. Make sure that the steps you're taking care of right now are in your faith, right? Not in a martyrdom kind of way though, right? But divinely guided towards in the direction of your legacy, and it'll be blessed, it'll be turned into fertile soil, right? Where you can plant your seed and grow that abundance for all of that, right? And you're gonna like increase this as well. This is a good opportunity to point out as well that we have divine masculine and feminine within all of us. So when you are working on the divine masculine, not only are you working with that energy, you're simultaneously helping the other by balancing out these energies, right? Just be mindful. Okay, so let's get this is a beautiful rune reading here for you, Taurus. Let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you. We're going to get a card of clarity now from the runic tarot deck. We haven't used tarot for the card of clarity for I don't know how long. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. But we're going to get a single card, maybe more. Divine speaks to us about it. So, Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Taurus need to hear for this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity does Taurus need to hear for this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading. Okay, yeah, we got the one card. Beautiful. And that is... yeah, Four of Swords. This is like the rune Isa, right? This is a time of rest, a time for clarity. So sometimes like that moving forward in faith, okay, this is clarified by taking a day of rest, working on your legacy, taking that time to pause and check in with yourself, with your family, taking that day to rejuvenate, to rest, making sure that you know you're practicing too, and you're recognizing it in your own life that you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So you're taking some time, almost literally, to like recharge, rejuvenate, rest, get that clarity, mourn if you need to. I don't think this is a mourning though, but rest, definitely. A lot of us are going through some major upgrades, and this is a huge upgrade for you, Taurus. So with every upgrade, I always recommend plenty of rest, plenty of water, and plenty of grounding. All right. Namaste, Taurus. Have a blessed and abundant week.